Tonight, Fighting Alliance Championship is coming to you from just outside of downtown Kansas City at Cable Dahmer Arena in Independence, Missouri. It's the premier mixed martial arts organization in the American Midwest, and it's live on UFC Fight Pass. This is FAC 17. On this absolutely stacked card, you'll see Gage Young, who enters the main event 5-0, with his last 3 wins coming by way of devastating first-round finish. Mikey England, who has transitioned from Division I college wrestler to top MMA prospect with a record of 7-1. Gina Mazzani, a veteran of the Ultimate Fighter, 8 bouts in the UFC, and a natural-born finisher, who in tonight's feature fight will face Elizabeth Schroeder, who has claimed back-to-back rapid-fire first-round wins in FAC. And the evening will begin with Macmo Green, who made his pro MMA debut at FAC this past July with a brutal first-round TKO victory. It's Fighting Alliance Championship 17, and it starts right now.
From the Cable Dahmer Arena, my name is Mike Davis. Along with me, Anthony Sharkbait Gutierrez. Welcome to FAC 17.
Mike, we have a night full of action, especially in our main event and our co-main event.
Yes, our main event features none other than Gage Young versus Bobby Lee.
That's a great fight right there. 2 good grapplers. If you're familiar with FAC, you've seen Gage Young's elusiveness and his ability to catch his opponents with power. Also, Bobby Lee coming from the Cellar. Tell me about the Cellar.
So, the Cellar, in regards to putting out a high-end Muay Thai product. They're based out of Minnesota. You couldn't come from a better gym. So when you've got 2 high-end wrestlers fighting, generally a boxing match takes place.
Yeah, they're throwing bombs.
Absolutely. Our co-main event, Michael England versus Joshua Tully.
Mikey England, Josh Tully. If you're familiar with KC MMA, you know these guys. Mikey England brings that Iowa State and Mizzou grappling background behind him and 100% finish rate. On top of that, you have Josh Tully, who brings an OG-like veteran career from Kansas City to this cage. Tell everybody about Josh Tully's record.
So Josh Tully, he's 7-6, which is reminiscent of somebody that's considered a journeyman. But at that 7-6 record is very deceiving. His opponent's records that he has beat is 22-5.
That's incredible.
Let's talk about a B-side. He's generally coming in as a journeyman, somebody that brings their lunch to work.
Yep.
All of his wins, he's always been the underdog.
Yep, that's elite right there. Elite competition, elite hands, elite power. I'm pumped for tonight. FAC's bringing the action.
Let's sing it to a ring announcer, brother.
These bouts are under the supervision and control of the Missouri Office of Athletics, Tim Lukanoff, Executive Director. These bouts are promoted by Cageside Promotions, Fighting Alliance 17. The matchmaker is Joe Wooster. The judges working tonight's bout are Henry, Geary, Brett, Miller, Ross, Swanberg. The referees are Mike England and Nick Behrens. The timekeeper is Tina England. The physician is Dr. Kenneth Butler and Dr. Michael Roach. Please stand up and face section 116 for our flag. Singing the national anthem is my friend Tyler Walls.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Go, brother. Before fight one, thanking some of the following sponsors: Armac Roll-Off Dumpsters, Wide Open Lifestyles Magazine, Revolution Tattoos, Immortals Fight Club, and Berserk Athletics. And now, welcome to FAC 17, Young versus Lee, live on UFC Fight Pass. Walking out first, fighting out of the blue corner, Rex Stidham.
Standing at 5'6", 124 and a half pounds, representing Warriors Academy out of Independence, Missouri, we have Rex Stidham.
Rex Stidham has been fighting in the FAC and KCFA band.
His opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Tyree Robbins.
Tyree Roberts, 5'4", 125 pounds, fighting out of Kansas City, Missouri. This gentleman has been training for 3 years.
Yep, Tyree has FAC veterans Alan Olivas and Mike Breeden in the corner. Those are two good guys to have behind you when you're stepping into the octagon with a plethora of experience.
He's been training 3 years of mixed martial arts. He believes his key to victory is pressure and cardio. When I asked him about his opponent, he said, "I know he's retiring, and it's my duty to send him out properly." Veteran corner in that of Tyree Robbins.
Yeah, it's always nice when you have that skill behind you when you're warming up and you have all the pre-fight jitters. You have a guy like Mike Breeden in your corner, it makes life a little bit easier.
Yes, absolutely. So we're gonna get this 125-pound fight started. As soon as the officials get done doing the equipment check, and we're gonna send it away to our ring announcer, Woody.
Bout number one is brought to you by Dream Machines, the leader of on or off-road fun, Missouri's #1 Polaris dealership. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Rex Stidham. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Tyree Robbins. Oh, baby, let's go.
We've got Tyree Robbins in the black trunks. On the blue corner, we have Rex Stidham in the multicolor CNCR trunks. And our referee is Nick Barons. Nick Barons is our third man in the cage. I think there.
Little issue with the door.
Yeah, I think there's a little. There it is.
It's good we're getting it solved now before we get into the card.
Absolutely. We're going to start round one. Nick Barons, third man in the cage. Both fighters touch a glove, center cage. We've got
that jab, please.
Nice little jab by Tyrone Robbins. Head
Hey,
kick
Rex,
by
don't look for that
Rex
high kick. Don't
Stidham.
look for
Yeah,
it.
Stidham, the first one to throw a big shot. Left head kick to the head.
Don't rush, don't
Stidham
rush. Sit back,
marching
relax it.
down Robbins. Robbins counters with an overhand right.
Stedman looks comfortable here.
Yes, Stidham taking the back of Tyree Robbins. He looks absolutely comfortable, especially going into his last bout. He's got nothing to lose at this point.
Yeah, Stidham was able to work in that left hook. Now he's fishing for the right hook. If he can get that right hook in, he can stay up on the back, but Tyree doing a good job of getting his hips out and facing him. It's looking like Tyree's going to take top position.
We got Tyree Robbins on top.
You know, that was a great entry from Stedman. He was able to throw the jab, throw the head kick, and then get behind him and get that hook in, but now the positions have changed, and it's not looking good for Stidham.
No, we've got Tyree Robbins now taking it back with the hooks in, raining down punches.
Those are big shots there.
Heavy right hands to the side of the head of Rex Stidham.
and he's got him flattened out here. If you pay attention to the hooks underneath Stidham, Robbins is doing a good job at flattening out his spine, and now he's looking for the rear naked choke, and he's under.
We've got a tap by Tyree Robbins, making short work of Rex Stidham. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy Rex Stidham, he's got about 25 fights on the amateur level. It's people like him that make events go. We've got an entire locker room of people that might not want to fight somebody. This gentleman right there has never said no.
Yeah, he's stepped up to a lot of competition, and kudos to him for getting in there tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. Excellent showing by Tyree Robbins, and as you had mentioned, a little rough beginning of that fight, but Mike Breeden and Alan Olivas, I'm sure, made it a little easier. So while we send it to our ring announcer, Brian Wood. Oh, I think Brian Wood is actually looking for the results right now. Or maybe there's an equipment malfunction. Why don't you take us to the replay?
Yep, so here, Tyree was able to not only get good control of the hips, but he was able to find posture, which is rare. To nullify the hips and then find those big punches, that's what opens up that choke right there. After you take a couple punches, it's pretty easy to raise the chin. Tyree showed really good composure, in my opinion. Even though he lost the first position, he was able to find the finish pretty quickly after.
Yes, this match was actually brought to us by Dream Machines, the leader of on or off-road fun, Missouri's #1 Polaris dealership. Right now we're kind of waiting to make this one official. It's off to a little bit of a rough start, but Tyree, he flattened the curve.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said in that composure and being able to weather that early storm.
Absolutely. We're going to send away to our ring announcer, Tim Wood, and we're going to make this one official. Excellent showing by Tyree. I think we're going to have the ceremonial laying down of the gloves. Oh, and tossing them out to the audience, we've got free souvenirs out of Rex Stidham.
I think those were Hayabusa. Those are worth about $80.
Yeah, and you know what? I think he's got to return those to the state as well. He might be missing his driver's license after this. Either way, great showing. Okay, well, we're going to move along to our next bout and send it away to our ring announcer, Brian Wood.
Walking out first, fighting out of the blue corner, Christopher Terry.
Christopher Terry, he is 5'10", 141 pounds, an independent fighter out of Grand Junction, Colorado. He's been training in boxing and cardio, and he knows his opponent is a wrestler. Okay. If you look at his corner, he's cornered by his sister, Chrislyn Terry. This gentleman came from Colorado, and he's fighting Mitchell Gilmore.
Now here we're stepping into the featherweight class, which is another lower weight, so expect some fast action.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Mitchell Gilmore.
Mitchell Gilmore, it's 6 foot tall. We refer to that as championship height. He weighs 145 pounds, and he comes from us from Lee Summit, Missouri. This guy's been training 2 years of mixed martial arts, and he had a couple years of wrestling in high school.
Yeah, both of these guys have killer reaches, fighting at the 145-pound division, being 6 foot tall. That's a pretty unique body type for this class. Just judging a book by its cover, I'm expecting a lot of fun kicks. If you check out Mitchell Gilmore's opponent in the room right now. He's doing a lot of traditional martial arts with his footwork and kicks, so I'm really excited for this bout.
The key to victory, Mitchell Gilmore believes, is my top game, takedown to top game.
And I see Taekwondo as well in the background.
Yeah, absolutely. Taekwondo is in the background of Christopher Terry. That is correct. In the corner of Mitchell Gilmore, we've got Mr. Jason High and Austin Ford. Austin Ford, the guy's been snitching on boxing and MMA for a few years now. Excellent boxing trainer.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jason High, I mean, Jason High's career goes back to, what, 2005? The guy's an OG in the game.
Well, why don't we get his fight started with our ring announcer, Brian Wood.
Bout number 2 is brought to you by Air Summit, servicing all makes and models since 1989. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Christopher Terry. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Mitchell Gilmore. Oh, baby, let's go.
We have got Christopher Terry in the blue corner with the gray spandex pants, and Mitchell Gilmore in the red corner, blue Muay Thai trunks with silver trim, touch of gloves, kick to the head by Gilmore. Circling is Christopher Terry. Christopher Terry.
You know, Gilmore's working the body good, switching stances, working from orthodox to southpaw, changing that lead leg.
Christopher Terry using a more traditional martial arts stance, picking and choosing his angles. Those are not easy things to train for in the gym.
Yeah, and right now, these guys are looking to find each other's range while throwing big strikes. So expect something big here. Don't blink.
Yep. Mitchell Gilmore circling, downloading information, watching the movement of Christopher Terry, switching his leg, lead foot.
Yeah, Terry's throwing a lot of crescent kicks and traditional Taekwondo. You know, the thing with Terry is he's reaching a little bit. I'm curious to see if Gilmore's going to be able to make him pay for those reaches.
Yeah, Gilmore looks to be countering with like a check left hooks as well. Both fighters switching their lead leg.
Can we talk about how composed Gilmore is? Did we say this is, I'm sorry, first fight, second fight?
Christopher, both of them, yes.
Yeah, this is so impressive. His composure of switching stances and good range.
Christopher Terry taking center of the cage. In and out style, almost taunting Mitchell Gilmore at this point.
Yeah, it's starting to seem like these guys are starting to figure each other's rhythms out.
Left right punch by Mitchell
punches.
Gilmore.
Yeah,
Christopher Terry in for a shot.
Terry was able to sneak through there with some punches and a big kick. Gilmore responds with an overhand, and we have action.
We got Mikey England, and Mike England is a referee.
Yeah, this is
falling
getting
down
wild.
after contact with Mitchell Gilmore.
Gilmore's gone to that switch kick a few times now. Let's see if he can get a good setup with it.
Christopher Terry continuing to march forward. Mitchell Gilmore downloading information. Ooh, heavy right hand punch by Gilmore, barely misses.
Yeah, Terry's got no fear coming forward. Ooh, big straight right up the middle. That landed for Gilmore.
Left right punch to the body.
No, that's a big punch on the jaw. He's got him hurt. He's got him hurt.
Drops
Terry shoots and a big takedown.
Head big takedown by Mitchell Gilmore.
Gilmore hurt him big with the punch. Terry with the big takedown, and now they're back up. Terry's got a bulldog choke a la Carlos Newton, Matt Hughes.
Carlos Newton, Pet Militich.
Oh, excuse me. Thank you. You see why I messed that up.
Mitchell Gilmore in
oh,
the
there's
red.
the rear naked choke. It's in deep with no hooks, and that's the tap.
Christopher Terry in a very unorthodox fight, very entertaining, with a rear naked choke.
We had switch kicks, karate kicks, a referee falling down. This is FAC, baby. We're off to a good start. Let's go.
Mitchell Gilmore with the rear naked choke over Christopher Terry. What a fantastic second fight of the night. And as we had said, that traditional martial arts background gives you very unorthodox entries and looks that you don't get in your gym.
Exactly, which is just makes me be more impressed with Gilmore here, to be able to weather that early in his career and find these body shots which set up that right hand to the jaw. He worked the body, 4 shots to the body and then brings it up top. That was great. And Gilmore finds the tap there, no hooks, not needed. You know, you touch the jaw.
Yeah, very much show of respect by both fighters right now. Two fantastic fight. Mitchell Gilmore had a great showing. And Christopher Terry had an absolute just awkward, unorthodox style that was very entertaining.
Yeah, these guys will be back. How exciting.
Okay, so we've got a continued show of respect by each of these combatants. And you see Austin Ford congratulating his student, Mitchell Gilmore.
Yeah, we saw
and
some
our ring announcer, Brian Wood, is going to take this one home.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout has ended at 2 minutes and 32 seconds of the very first round. Your winner by tap out, rear naked choke, out of the red corner, Mitchell Gilmore.
Let's talk about our main event. First off, my name is Mike Davis. I go by the MMA Detective, and along with me is Anthony Sharkbait Gutierrez. Anthony, you know a little bit about something about fighting in this cage yourself.
Yeah, I've had 36 mixed martial arts fights, so I know a thing or two about being in there. I'm happy to be here at FAC. I'm no veteran commentator, so I'm following your lead. I hope I'm enjoyable for you guys at home.
Hey, well, you know, let's just kind of, you know, pull the curtain behind, you know, of what happened. You actually filled this spot within 24 hours.
Yes, I filled in on short notice to take this fight. I have a tough opponent in FAC 17. Lots of nerves, lots of people watching. But luckily, so far, everything's been pretty smooth.
Absolutely. And, you know, and then right away we knew there was chemistry. I was told that, no, man, this guy knows what he's talking about. You've also worked with Sean Wheelock in the past. Am I correct?
Oh, yeah. Me and Sean go way back to, I mean, at least 10 years. You're talking M1 Global days inside a Memorial Hall.
I actually used to work for M1 Global.
Wow.
And Bodog.
Okay, so you're an OG too.
You can find in the UFC Fight Pass library, I might add.
Let's go.
So Sean Wheelock, I'm filling in for Sean Wheelock. Sean is not only a personal friend, but somebody I admire and a mentor. So I have the utmost respect for the contributions to the mixed martial art world that Sean Wheelock has given us.
Shout out to Sean.
Yeah, like yourself, you're going to drop Pat Miletich, Carlos Newton. I'm also a historian. I've got a podcast with specific events in MMA history where we feature each fighter. To me, there's nothing more important than a no-holds-barred days of mixed martial arts.
Yeah. Is there anything that stands out in your mind? Like, give me one guy. I know we don't have a lot of time.
Mark Kerr, obviously.
Smashing
to
machine.
Me, the smashing machine. Mark Coleman. I'm a huge Mark Coleman mark. And, you know, I know he's only fought one time, but anything involving Mark Schultz, who has a special on UFC Fight Pass right now, I consider myself somewhat of an expert on the Schultz brothers.
You know a fight that's not quite as old as that, but is still awesome? Murillo Bustamante versus Matt Lindland. Remember when he got 2 taps?
100%. I got Murillo Bustamante on my podcast next week, actually.
No way. I'm listening. That's what's up.
So we're going to wrap this up. And our ring announcer, Brian Wood, is going to take us home.
Walking out first, fighting out of the blue corner, Matt Guyman.
Matt Guyman, he's 5'9", 135 pounds, representing 316 MMA out of Wichita, Kansas.
316 MMA is owned by David Rickles, the Caveman Rickles, a solid professional fighter locally. So he always has some good fighters coming to FAC, well-trained technically and physically. This should be a rough bout.
Matt Guyman, 5 years training. He is a blue belt. He believes his key to victory is staying on his feet. When I asked Matt about his opponent, he says he's a very tough wrestler, and I plan on not only keeping him on my feet, but making a statement. In his corner, you'll notice Cody Bittler, who's his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu head coach, and Adam Henry.
Out of the red corner, Stefan Fawcett.
At 5'8", 140 pounds, Stefan Fawcett joins us after 2 years of mixed martial arts training, but an extensive wrestling background. This gentleman has 13 years of wrestling, and he wrestled at Division II at University of Central Missouri.
Yep, Stefan Fawcett has been in the training rooms as long as I can remember. He's a southpaw, a good wrestler with lots of wrestling experience, like you mentioned. He also has a lot of boxing experience, has done a lot of Golden Gloves tournaments, so him bringing that southpaw stance with that boxing background plus his wrestling background makes for a great mixed martial artist.
His key to victory, he says, establish my range, my feet and my head movement is going to be just very important in this bout. When I asked about his opponent, he said, I know he's a 2-time amateur kickboxing champion, and he's got 7 mixed martial arts fights.
Yeah, this is a tough debut. Anytime it's your first mixed martial arts fight and you're fighting a guy who's had 7, that experience is a big deal.
Yes, and this is the lowest Stefan Fawcett has been, even with college. Let's go our tale of tape. We've got Matt Guyman at 34 years of age at 140 pounds at 5'8" with a 71-inch reach. And on the other side of the cage, we got Stefan Fawcett, 27, 139 pounds, 5'8", and a 72-inch reach.
Number 3 is brought to you by Jackson County Tow. Been servicing the Metro for over 20 years. Big or small, we're always on our toes. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Matt Guyman. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Stefan Fawcett. Oh, baby, let's go.
Stefan Fawcett in the black spandex with gray trim. And on the other side, we've got Matt Guyman in the, it looks like black Muay Thai trunks. Third man in the ring, we've got Nick Burns. We got both fighters, touch of gloves, center cage.
Meeting each other with the open stance, Stefan Fawcett and southpaw. Guyman's already switched to southpaw, now back to orthodox.
We got Stefan Fawcett taking center cage. Circling is Matt Guyman.
Oh, a big takedown entry from Fawcett. He looked to give it up pretty quick and looked to work the body. Big punch from Stefan Fawcett. He's coming hard and aggressive.
Big takedown by Fawcett. On bottom now is Matt Guyman.
Stefan's got to watch these up kicks here, using his hands to block the kicks. Now he's hammering down with hammer fist. You can hear those.
Stefan Fawcett quick to change his position up top, raining down left-right punches.
Fawcett's landing big shots, finding angles with hooks and uppercuts, and he's climbing all over him, finding the back.
Stefan Fawcett, both fighters back to the ring, followed by left-right punch by Fawcett, countering once again. Shucking Matt Guyman to the ground. Guyman steadies himself.
Stefan is non-stop action, whether it's a punch, whether it's a knee or a trip, he's moving forward and moving.
And you're going to see Stefan Fawcett leading with that overhand right hand based on the movements of Matt Guyman.
Now let's see if Stefan has started a little too hot here. This guy's been on the gas pedal the whole time. It's his first fight, so let's see if he can keep this composure, wind it down, and keep a good pace.
Absolutely. Sometimes that adrenaline dump will get you.
Big time. It'll get you bad.
Matt Guyman, blood trickling from the nose of Matt Guyman. Fawcett, left, right, left punch again. Right, left punch, counter. Check right hand. by Guyman, and Guyman, once again, is on his back.
And another takedown from Stefan Fawcett. You know, before they even hit the floor, he's already raining punches, looking to do damage.
You know, for somebody making their debut, Stefan's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, you can tell that he's really well trained, and this, you know, maybe his first fight inside the cage, but he's had a lot of fights inside of the training room, that's for sure. Working the body here with head position.
Matt Guyman catches a heavy right hand. Look at the nose of Guyman. It's starting to come apart.
Yeah, we got Heinz tomato ketchup coming out the nose, and a big kick to the body from Stefan, looking for the body lock on the fence.
Excellent pressure by Fawcett.
Big knee to the body. Oop, there's a break.
I think the referee's, I don't know if he's calling that low or, I don't know. Referee is kind of settling the fight down. I'm not sure what the issue is. I think the referee was thinking it was a low blow. Nope. Restarting. You know, it's better safe to be sorry. Nick Barons actually did a responsible job by hashing it out with both fighters.
Yeah, they were in a neutral spot. It wasn't too one-sided.
Touch goes by both fighters. Overhand left hand by Stefan.
Stefan is not having an issue finding the target. If he can put a little pop on it and turn his hand over, I think he's going to drop him. That's a big
left
punch.
Right punch again.
Big spinning wheel kick to the head. Stefan Fawcett is not losing any energy. He started out hot, and he's getting even hotter.
I think Fawcett's actually finding his groove right now. He's getting a little bit loose. Left-right punch by Fawcett, continuing the pressure, in for a takedown. And hands are locked, and big takedown by Stefan Fawcett.
Yep, Guyman tried to grab the fence, and it still didn't help. He's beating up the body and beating up the head.
Fawcett raining down punches. He has not stopped since the bell rang.
Fawcett's looking to touch the ears, make them legal, touching them every time, and that's a dominant first round.
I think that's the end of first round. Wow. Well, Matt Guyman, to his credit, has not quit. He's continued to move forward. He has taken everything Stefan Fawcett has given. And Stefan Fawcett, it's got to be kind of an emptying feeling in your stomach when you've hit somebody with everything that you've had and are still standing.
You know, one thing I'd like to see Stefan Fawcett do is settle into your positions. Instead of winning 7 different positions, on the first or second, cook it. Stay there, cook these rounds. These rounds are only 3 minutes long, and on the replay here, you see a spinning wheel kick to the head. The fact that a guy in his first fight has the comfort to do that while he's shooting takedowns is a beautiful thing to see. How about the level of amateurs, since you and me have been in the game watching fighting, how much of these amateurs elevated?
It's crazy. And, you know, Stefan Fawcett, as we had said, it's a 140-pound catch weight. I asked Fawcett at the weigh-ins, which one of you guys missed weight? He's like, no, man, I'm trying to get down to 135, and I've never been this low since high school. Like, his entire collegiate career was at a higher weight class than what he's fighting at right now. Incredible dedication by that gentleman.
He's aging like fine wine. Stefan Fawcett coming into round 2.
Round 2, we've got Matt Guyman laboring with his breaths. I think he may have a broken nose with the black and white trim. And on the other side, Stefan Fawcett in the black spandex with gray trim. Matt Guyman taking center cage. Ooh, overhand, right, left punch again, and in for a shot is Fawcett.
Yep, another big takedown from Stefan. He's got to watch these up kicks. Stefan lets him up here. I think he's looking for that big shot on the feet.
And a counter right left hand by Guyman connects to Stefan Fawcett. In for a shot again. Getting his comfortability. Whenever you get your bell rung a little bit, you know a wrestler is going to go back to his roots.
Absolutely, and I'm seeing him settle here, which is probably a good thing because Guyman started to land some pretty big shots there. So kudos to Stefan to be able to weather the storm and get the fight where he needs it.
Stefan clearing his head on top position inside the open guard of Matt Guyman. Settling back up to his feet again, or calling back to his feet again, is Stefan Fawcett.
This fight is such a treat. You're talking about how many positions have we seen?
If you look at the hands of Matt Guyman, he is not concerned about the power.
Yeah, he's a tough guy. He definitely doesn't have much respect. He's walking forward, looking to do damage. Big punch from Fawcett. That snuck in. Guyman's got a chin on him.
He's got a chin, but you can only go to the bank so many times thinking that you can cash those checks.
Did you see Guyman looking to slap the ears? Another takedown from Stefan Fawcett. That's got to be number 10.
Stefan Fawcett in top position, working.
Fawcett's got a wrist wrap on the left leg here. He's got his wrist trapped underneath the pocket. This is bad. This is one-on-one, right hand versus right block.
Matt Guyman burying his head into the leg of Stefan Fawcett. Fawcett again raining down punches on top of Guyman.
Guyman's feeling that that Khabib-like Dagestani wrist wrap ground and pound here.
There's something to be said about somebody that has 13 years of wrestling in her life.
Yeah, you know how to cook a position, put your hips in, and melt people.
And you can relax. You understand breathing and the ebb and flow of where the fight goes. Raining down punches.
Lots of competition experience. And we got Stefan working in the guard here, looking to keep 2 arms in or 2 arms out for safety. He's going to look to pass these legs or punch.
Ooh. Fawcett back up on his feet, looking. Oh, calling up Matt Guyman to his feet. And Guyman obliges. Matt Guyman, center cage. Fawcett looking for an entry. Ooh, heavy right-left punches by Fawcett, missing the mark.
Yep, now that the fight is slowed down a little bit, we can start to see these guys' technical abilities and see what they can do when they set stuff up, because you know they got it.
Matt Guyman is just throwing leather, heavy leather every single time he punches. Left, right punch by Guyman.
Yeah, these guys are looking for a finish, no doubt. And takedown number, oh, a big takedown!
Huge
and that
takedown.
was a gigantic takedown there. That gave him, that rocked him.
You saw the spit fly out of the mouth of Matt Guyman on the landing of that takedown.
Yeah, the back of his head hit the mat hard, and Stefan had no space on his shoulder.
Yeah, I'm not hearing the 10 seconds mark. I think it's just because of the overall just height of volume in this arena.
That was a beautiful body lock. I'd love to see that on the replay. If you notice on that body lock how tight he was, now he had his shoulder pinned up on his neck. That's double force. That's Stefan slamming you and the FAC cage slamming you on the other side. It's a double slam sandwich. And here, Stefan gets rocked with a big punch. Guyman hits him with another big shot. And this is where we see Stefan change levels and scoop and score. Here's the wrist wrap you're going to see on this far side here. Stefan's left hand.
Oh, there is a takedown again.
Here's that body lock I was talking about. Boom, big slam. You know, Stefan almost got caught in a DDT right there, but he was able to give Guyman most of the damage.
In Matt Guyman's corner, you've got Cody Biller, his jiu-jitsu coach, and Adam Henry, you know, cleaning the blood out of his nose. On the other side, you know, cornering, we got Jason High cornering Stefan Fawcett. We're going to begin the 3rd round. Nick Behrens is our referee.
I've got it 2 rounds to 0 for Stefan.
I believe so. Touch of gloves, both fighters.
Guyman showed he was able to land some big shots in round 2.
Ooh, left, right punch, heavy punches by Stefan, followed by 2 kicks to the head. Ooh, if you look at the gait of Matt Guyman, he's a little weathered. He's having some issues standing. He's having some damage to his legs. Heavy swarming punches by Stefan Fawcett.
Yeah, and some of these shots are landing here.
Covering up as Matt Guyman circling the cage. Look at the walking posture of Matt Guyman.
Yeah, he's looking for his balance. Oh, and a big takedown off a trip.
Off a trip. Once again, Stefan Fawcett raining down punches. I'm not sure how much longer the referee is going to allow this to happen.
Stefan fishing for a Darce choke here with his left arm under the armpit. He's setting it up with some ground and pound here.
Fawcett is given everything to put Guyman away. And Guyman is just one heck of a nail. What a Matt Guyman has got no quit in him.
Yeah, Stefan Fawcett has Matt Guyman's wrist here pinned to the mat, so he's able to work his free hand each time. Fawcett's always on a wrist.
The in-ring IQ of somebody making their MMA debut, like Stefan Fawcett, it speaks volumes of where this gentleman is going to go. Very bright future. Knees to the thigh of Matt Guyman. And I think Stefan's looking to take Matt for a ride one last time.
Yeah, the name of Stefan's nickname should be Busy. He's non-stop busy.
The cardio of Stefan Fawcett, it must be just insane. Covering up is Matt Guyman. Ooh, heavy knee to the body.
That's a hard knee to the body. He's hurt. He's already having trouble breathing. Now that.
I think Stefan Fawcett looking for a takedown.
And Guyman looking to grab the cage again, but it's not going to help him.
Fawcett raining down punches. Just covering is Guyman. Going for the rear naked choke. We've got Fawcett. Ooh.
55 seconds left. Let's see if Stefan Fawcett can tap on this money box here, open it up, and look for a finish.
Left-right punch in the mount is Stefan Fawcett. Trying to bring this one home. There it is.
There's the stoppage. That's a good stoppage.
Yeah, the other referee, he allowed, Guyman was protecting himself. I mean, we can sit here and say, oh, the referee was kind of letting it go. Guyman was protecting himself the entire time. He was defending, he just wasn't doing any offense. Fantastic stoppage by the referee.
One thing we have to remember, it's an amateur bout. You know, I'd say in a professional bout, we let that thing go a little bit longer, but it's a good stoppage.
The one thing that I really took from this is Fawcett was always looking for a finish.
Non-stop, man. Big ground and pound here. This is where we see Fawcett. This posture, a debut fighter being
Ladies
able
and
to mix it
gentlemen, this
up
bout
that
has
well.
been ended at 2 minutes and 19 seconds of the third round. Your winner by TKO due to strikes, out of the red corner, Stefan Fawcett.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm with your winner. Stefan Fawcett. Stefan, how tough was your opponent?
First and foremost, got to give glory to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for helping me in this fight tonight. Without him, I'm nothing. So if you don't know him, get to know him. But anyways, yes, Matt's a tough guy. He hit me with a couple good shots. Man, that shit hurt. I ain't gonna lie. But he's a tough guy, man. He's tough as nails. We knew that coming into the fight. I just had to go out there and do my thing, man.
Your cardio and activity was through the roof. Is this something that you had kind of understood that you were going to do coming into this fight?
Man, look, baby, I don't get tired. I'm tired, but I don't get tired. We come in here to fight, and I can rest later, man. But in here, no, I'm going to just go hard every time. My coaches, they keep us pushing. We work hard in practice. This is what we do. This is the benefit of our hard work.
Ladies and gentlemen, your debut winner, Stefan Fawcett.
Great job, brother.
Stefan Fawcett, undefeated, 1-0. What a great start to a promising career. Okay.
Another one of my favorite OGs in the MMA world, Chris Brennan.
Shout out to Chris Brennan, grappling veteran, grappling expert, I should say.
I think he's actually an even better father than he is MMA practitioner.
Beautiful.
And that speaks volumes of the type of character that man has.
My man, did he used to have bushy hair?
Chris Brennan came in with multiple colored hair at various times in his career. World traveler, and his son Lucas and Tyler, who's actually a wrestler, I think in Arizona, I want to say. He's a Division I wrestler. He just signed to the LFA.
That's what's up.
Without having a single amateur fight. Now, Chris Brennan's one of my favorite human beings.
Heck yeah, shout out. Yeah, this ground and pound here was the key to victory. You know, Stefan Fawcett was looking for those shots on the way down. He was tenacious tonight. Climbing the cage like Justin Gaethje, that looks more tiring than the takedowns.
For our amateur co-main event, walking out first, fighting out of the blue corner, Jordan Krifka.
We've got Ray Hayes, 6'1", 155 pounds, out of Parabellum Gym. This is something they refer to as championship height.
Parabellum ran by Zach Bushia, an FAC veteran and Kansas City veteran, solid southpaw striker. Everybody coming out of Zach Bushia's gym expect high-quality Muay Thai.
This gentleman's been training 3 years of mixed martial arts. He's a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, and he also boasts a 3-0 record in boxing.
multi-sport athlete, similar to Stefan Fawcett. We saw how that worked out.
His key to victory, he believes, is managing distance and looking for the KO. When I asked about his opponent, he said he's very tall and undefeated. When you look at this gentleman's record, he has got, his opponent's records are 15-1 when you subtract the first person that he fought. A person's record tells you everything about somebody. He's fought 4 undefeated opponents, and he's 8-0 with 6 finishes.
That's extremely impressive. This is one of those amateur bouts where we could be seeing the guy go from his last amateur bout into his pro bout.
That's right. In the corner, you see Colton Carmack, the head coach, and Dave Frizzell. Both of those gentlemen, no strangers to mixed martial arts.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Anthony Dale.
Anthony Dale. He's 5'11", 155 pounds, out of Lee Summit, Missouri. 5'11" again. You got a 6' tall versus a 5'11" gentleman. This guy's been training 3 years of mixed martial arts, and he's a brown belt in Taekwondo.
Another Taekwondo fighter. I'm always curious to see if they're gonna take that traditional side stance and apply it to their mixed martial arts bouts. That's the first thing I'm looking for.
When I asked Dali what his key to victory was, he said, I'm gonna knock him out via overhand right. Unlike my last opponent, who I said I was gonna knock out by head kick. In his corner, you've got Sam Coronado and Austin Ford. Austin Ford, a very talented boxing instructor. This is his 3rd fight for FAC.
Yeah, how fortunate is a kid like Anthony Dale to be able to grow up under a promotion like FAC with the well-ran production, well-ran locker room. This is a great place to grow.
It almost takes the fun out of getting stiffed by a promoter.
Yeah, it makes me think all these kids are spoiled.
After driving several hours.
Yeah.
Well, we send away our ring announcer, Brian Wood, and we're going to make this one official. Oh. Here's the tail of the tape. We've got Jordan Krifka at 20 years old, 155.9 pounds, 5'9", 73-inch reach. Anthony Dali, 21 years of age, 155.4, 5'11", and 72.5 reach.
Bout number 4 is brought to you by Fistful of Bourbon, created with over 100 years of whiskey blending experience. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Jordan Krifka. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Anthony Dale. Oh, baby, let's go.
We have got Mike England as the referee. We got Krifka in the blue corner, black trunks, blue trim, and Anthony Dali in the black spandex. Ooh, front kick. We got just a mad scramble with Dali on top. Krifka back to his feet.
Dale looking in would seem to be for a takedown. Krifka, good underhooks, pulling him up.
Ooh,
a big
overhand
shot.
right drops Krifka. Anthony Dali had just pure bad intent on that overhand right.
And a nice trip. Looking to settle on top. Krifka being scrappy, looking to find his feet.
Krifka maintaining his composure.
Krifka, he's got an armbar. Krifka's deep in an armbar right now. Dale pulls out. That was very dangerous there for a second. You know, Krifka has a lot of unorthodox grappling. He's looking for the head, looking to stand up at awkward times.
Yeah, Krifka is a very good chin, eating that overhand right the way he did and continuing to fight.
Yeah, when you're looking to get up, your head is exposed, and right now he's eating punches, just working his way up.
Dali breathing heavy out of his mouth. Knee to the body, separation of both fighters.
Yep, Dale doing a good job at controlling those wrists and looking for body shots. Both fighters breathing heavy. Big head kick, that got through.
Dali, left, right punch after the head kick, knee to the body.
That head kick landed. Krifka's got a good chin.
Yeah, that's got to be a little unsettling.
Help me with his name? I apologize.
Krifka.
Krifka.
We got Dali with sprawl. Krifka going back to his feet. Bullfighters against the cage.
Dale seems to be the more physically imposing fighter. Ooh, big uppercut, sneaky on the break. You got to be careful on the break, Mike. You got to have your hands up.
Ooh, teep to the body, drops Krifka in for a shot. And attempting to take the back is Dali. In for a single leg is Krifka.
Krifka does not want to let go of that single leg. Good underhook from Anthony, bringing him up. Body shots to deliver.
The inside dirty boxing of Krifka, I think, is something that is very difficult to train for.
Yeah, it's unorthodox. He's kind of just sneaking them in. Almost like a T-Rex coming right up the middle.
Ooh, overhand right lands by Krifka. And the pace, the tide is about to change between these two. You see Krifka continue to move forward, and as I say that, Anthony Dale with a heavy takedown.
Yeah, Dale's techniques end up being a little bit better, which wins the positions, but Krifka seems to be the one that's just moving forward and trying to apply the less effective pressure. Let's see if that becomes more effective as time goes on.
Knee to the body with Krifka. On these little breaks off the cage is when Krifka tends to score.
Yep, those are those unorthodox, sneaky moments right here, right here.
Heavy right hand by Krifka, marching down Dali.
You called it, Mike.
Overhand right by Dali, knee to the body. Ooh, wheel kick by Krifka. I'll tell you, I think if I'm in the corner of Anthony Dali, pace yourself. Is my advice.
Yep, keep a consistent pace and then also be a little bit more paranoid on the breaks. Have a little bit of respect when you're coming out of the clinch. Keep your hands high. Good first round from these guys. And that's that big straight right that we heard. That sounded like a wooden bat slapping something loud. That was a smack. What a straight right down the pipe.
Jordan Krifka out of Aurora, Illinois, Lawrence Fight Club. He's been training 6 years, 8 years of wrestling, and 5 years of kickboxing. Zach Bushia and Wayman Carter in his corner, and he's got his 3-0 record, and he said in a pre-fight interview he is here for fight of the night. Anthony Dali, quick off the stool.
Yep, Dale seems to be fresh. I know we were talking about the pace earlier.
It's a pretty intense one.
Absolutely.
Beginning of round 2, both fighters center cage, touch of gloves. Dali backing up, Krifka marching forward. Kick to the body by Dali. Krifka continuing to move forward. Left right punch by Krifka, counter check left hook by Dali. Ooh, inside leg kick to the back foot, followed by a heavy right punch. In for a guillotine is Krifka.
He snuck in a hard straight right there. And that's a tough guillotine.
We have got excellent job by Dali of escaping.
Yeah, that's good that's good guillotine defense there, but he's in a bad spot right here on a rear naked choke, and he ate a nasty right hand to the face right before this, so it's gonna make this choke more effective. You know, this reminds me of BJ Penn, the way he was able to beat Matt Hughes when he was able to land that right hand and then find the choke. This is what I'm seeing right here.
Yeah, we got Krifka, who was absolutely the nail the entire first round, seems to be making some adjustments in his corner and taking advantage of what advice he had received in between rounds.
Yeah, Krifka has maintained this pace the whole time. He's not slowed down, and he's one of those guys that's not going to go away. And he's under the chin right now, looking to cross-face the mouth and connect his hands on the bicep.
Krifka
and he's under.
Continuing.
This is a bad spot for Dale. Dale looks to have an angle to survive.
Krifka's got to be careful about not burning his arms out.
And this is a better angle for Krifka. Dale does a good job at falling to his hip. Dale needs to get his shoulder blades to the mat so he can escape the choke and then look to turn in. Krifka looking to come up on top. He needs a hook. If Krifka can get his right leg in, and here comes the punches.
Krifka spent a lot of time squeezing on that rear naked choke.
Yeah, you got to be careful about gassing your arms out with this combination of control and punches. And Dale turns in. Dale's in on a takedown. And a reversal. And going straight to the armbar. Krifka's on an armbar. This time Dale's tired.
Oh my gosh.
This is a deep armbar.
A belly down on an armbar.
And
Oh, I
there's
think
the
he
tap.
tipped. I don't think the referee saw it. I don't think the referee saw it, but Dale was honorable and said that he tapped. That belly down armbar after a hellacious first round.
I'm not sure what's going on right now. I think we have an armbar finish.
I don't know.
I think Dale obviously tapped. He would be disputing it if he didn't tap. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I think Dale tapped due to what he's saying is an injury. Regardless, what a great win from Krifka. So here on the armbar, you see Krifka, he's looking to go upside down here. He's using his heels to control the shoulder and the head, biting the elbow close with his knees, and he's going upside down, and it looks like that's where Dale looked for his tap. I think it was some pressure on his shoulder or his elbow. Either way, you know, that's a very impressive performance from Krifka. I think Krifka was a little outmatched in terms of size, athleticism, and technique, but you get a young kid like that who can keep composure and keep a consistent pace and look for rare opportunities to be unorthodox. It's highly effective, and guys that don't go away and the guys that are tough, those guys are so hard to beat. So props to Krifka for coming in here, weathering a storm and finding the submission to a bigger and maybe even possibly more technical fighter. Super impressed.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is ended to 2 minutes and 3 seconds of the second round. Your winner by tap out due to armbar, out of the blue corner, Jordan Krifka.
Ladies and gentlemen, with your winner, Jordan Krifka. Jordan, very, very hard first round. You took some punishment. Were you a little woozy at any point?
He didn't give me a good hit, but he does pressure, and I'm usually slow start in the first period, so I like to give the fans a little show.
Okay, well, you said you came in here for fight of the night. Obviously, your performance was fantastic, but you made some adjustments in between rounds. What did your corner tell you?
Layman's terms, get my head out of my ass.
And what are your thoughts? Did you accomplish that, in your opinion?
I think I did.
Well, what's next for yourself? I mean, fantastic performance.
Need more fights. Need more fights. Been too long. 7-month layout. I just need to get back in there.
Fantastic performance by your winner, Jordan Krifka, everybody.
There we go. And here, Krifka, you see Dale was on one leg. It's a good opportunity to sweep him with a leg kick. Krifka was able to sneak in so many weird short punches that were so effective. I think that right hand and this guillotine was able to break down Anthony Dale's really composure in this fight, which is what broke him, and was able to make Krifka find the tap. That's a sick armbar right there. I love that fight.
So we have got some fantastic fights up until this point. I think we'd be remiss not to mention Jackson County Toe, been serving the metro area for over 20 years, big or small. We're always on our toes. Well, we've began a hellacious night of fights. I tell you, Jordan Krifka, I think he really made a statement. That locker room might be on notice based on that performance.
Yep, you know, I think we can expect to see both guys back. Really, all the bouts we've seen tonight, other than Stidham being his last bout, I can see everybody back in the octagon here at FAC.
Yeah, it's kind of a hard way to make money when you're a fantastic nail.
That's rough.
Yes.
It's rough.
Not an easy way, to make your check, but Jordan Krifka certainly showed out, and his corner, I mean, the adjustments they made in the corner, calming him down after, just a hellacious first round was incredibly impressive.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you talked about old school fighters. Who are some of yours?
So I'm a little bit younger, I think. So my old school may be a little different. Old school to me, I'm talking Randy Couture days. I was around for Trey Telligman.
Okay.
I'm around
What
then.
about Pedro Hizzo, Randy Couture?
I'm right after that.
Okay, so Pedro Hizzo. People say the greatest UFC competitor never to win a title is Gray Maynard. I'd like to make the argument that it's actually Pedro Hizzo. Pedro Hizzo.
Leg kicks.
Man. Marco Huas, baby.
Devastating, bro.
Absolutely. Well, we are moving right along, and we're going to start with our amateur main event. So we've got Austin Spangler versus Ray Hayes, which is our main event on the amateur side. Prior to us moving over to Fight Pass.
Yep, usually the way these amateur bouts are booked.
Waynesville, Missouri, Powder Bellum.
I feel great. I think I'm going to go in there and get the job done. I think he's a tough opponent, but I think I'll finish him.
I don't think he's going to want to stand with me long. If he does, it's going to be a big mistake, and I think it'll be a short night.
Man, I've just turned everything up to 10,000% going hard. Got twice as much cardio, twice as much abilities, twice as much skills, twice as much everything, I feel like, compared to my last fight. So I've been grinding really hard. It's time to show it.
Yeah, we're always focused on striking, but we just kind of built it around a taller guy. He's going to be my size, so should be fun.
And now for our amateur main event. Walking out first, fighting out of the blue corner, Ray Hayes.
Ray Hayes is 6 foot 155 pounds out of Parabellum Gym. He's been training mixed martial arts for 3 years. He's a blue belt in jiu-jitsu and 3-0 in boxing.
Yep, these amateur main events can basically be considered professional bouts. I'm not sure exactly how many fights are combined between these guys, but you can expect a lot of experience.
Yeah, when I talked to Ray Hayes about his key to victory, he says manage distance and look for the KO. I know my opponent is tall, very tall, and undefeated. When you look at the record of Ray Hayes, if you subtract his first opponent, it's 15-1. He's fought 4 undefeated opponents. He's 8-0 with 6 finishes.
I highly respect your prep here tonight. You have an awesome insight on these guys' records, and that does tell everything of what he's been through in his competitions. That's what's going to show out right in front of you tonight.
You say prep, I call it mental illness. In his corner, we've got Colton Carmack as the head coach and Dave Frizzell. Very experienced corner and out of a very respected gym, I might add.
I'm always curious when the guys are rocking Muay Thai shorts. I'm always wondering, I'm looking a little too deep into it. I'm like, are you wanting to channel your Muay Thai tonight? What's up?
Or is it to tilt the table? Sometimes you'll see a wrestler wear Muay Thai trunks.
To throw you off.
Yes, absolutely. Could be part of the game.
6 shorts.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Austin Spangler.
Austin Spangler, he's 6 foot 355 pounds out of Ottawa, Kansas. He's been training 2 years of mixed martial arts, and he's been wrestling for 10 years. That includes being a state placer.
Austin Spangler, he's got that long, lanky body for the weight class and a high-level grappling background, training under Trey Ogden and Stephen Graham, 2 solid grapplers. Expect a well-rounded fighter that's good on the floor and good kicks.
When I asked Austin Spangler what his key to victory was, he says, I plan on pushing the pace and lots of pressure. When I asked what he knew about his opponent, he says, man, he's good all around. Good striker, good BJJ. There's a mutual respect between these two. And this guy's record, Austin Spangler's record, is 6-0.
Wow.
And on it, he's got a Peruvian necktie finish.
That's legit. Peruvian necktie.
You don't see that often. It's one of those rare submissions.
See it in the gym once a year.
Absolutely. Our tale of tape is brought to us by Major Pack. 21 years of age, 155.5 pounds, 6'1", 74-inch reach by Ray Hayes. And on the other side, Austin Spangler, 20 years of age, 155.6 pounds, 6'3", 74.5-inch reach. Both of these gentlemen have championship height and very rarely is seen in this weight class.
Bout number 5 is brought to you by Major Pack, highlighting the cannabis industry through health, business, sports, and entertainment. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Ray Hayes. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Austin Spangler. Oh baby, let's go.
Ray Hayes in the, we're gonna call it platinum silver with the gold trim Muay Thai trunks. And the other side of the cage, we've got Austin Spangler, black board shorts with the purple trim. Both gentlemen, touch of gloves, center ring. Ooh, quick to work is Ray Hayes.
Yeah, both fighters taking the center here.
Ooh, Ray Hayes, left, right punch,
Big
catches
overhand,
Spangler.
that caught Spangler. Spangler's hurt. That flashed him.
Spangler in for a single leg takedown and looking for a darce choke
This
of
is
his
a
own.
choke. Yep, he's got it locked up. He's got the bicep cranked. This is an anaconda choke. Spangler's looking to pass the leg here to half guard, but it's not looking deep. This is tight, dude. This is really tight. I think Spangler's going to go to sleep or tap
Spangler
here.
might ride out on his...
He's out.
Spangler rode out on his shield.
Man.
I'll tell you this right now, Spangler at 6-0, having never tasted defeat, refused to tap, and Ray Harris using his length against another very lengthy opponent. What a... I mean, that was a car crash we just saw.
Yeah, so he caught him in the front headlock, and he grabbed an anaconda-like grip, but instead of rolling, he just pulled guard with his long arms. What was working for him was he had the cage in his favor, so Spangler could not hop over to the safe side because of the fence. So, I mean, it was a combination of good technique plus the fence being in a bad place. Hayes capitalizes on the moment and has what is now submission of the night.
Yes, no, in Ray Hayes, I mean, it was a quick start by both gentlemen, and Hayes, two very long and lengthy opponents, and Ray Hayes absolutely used his length. Fantastic performance by both gentlemen. Austin Spangler obviously has nothing to be ashamed of. Very bright future for both these gentlemen.
Yeah, how about these amateurs?
It's hard to call them amateurs when you see the skill level that they possess.
Yeah, I had my bunny ears up in parentheses, amateurs.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout has ended at 28 seconds in the very first round. Your winner by guillotine choke, out of the blue corner, Ray Hayes.
Great. I mean, stick him out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm with your winner, Ray Hayes. Ray, this is the 5th undefeated opponent that you have beat. Is that a little intimidating to you at this point, or is it something that you enjoy?
Man, we don't look at the record too much. Everyone's undefeated when they fight me, you know, but it pays me much.
There was a real quick start. Both of you guys are very tall and lengthy. Was there any issues coming into this thinking that you might have problems? Because generally you're always the taller guy.
No, man. I like as taller than me or taller than me. I got a lot of combos and stuff that I need to set up on taller guys that I just can't show. I mean, I didn't really get to show tonight, but I know that right hand hurt him.
If you combine all of your opponent's records, subtracting your first fight, it's about 20-1. What is next for you?
I don't really make my fights, man. I just sign the dotted line, so whatever my coaches come up with, I'll sign.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Ray Harris. Ray Hayes.
Excellent win for Ray Hayes. Man, I love a nice choke, especially a nice unorthodox choke. If we could see that on the replay, if my memory serves me right, he got snatched up in a front headlock right here, and then he gets to his bicep. Now look how Spangler's on a double leg, but the fence is in his way, which has given him not an out to the safe side, which allows Hayes to sneak his full guard in here. And with this long body and tight squeeze, man, that is devastating right there. I mean, Spangler had no way out. Maybe try going to your back, but that's deep right there. Ryan Hayes takes out another undefeated opponent. Unbelievable performance, and what a great side of the card tonight with these amateurs. I would say all these guys have bright futures here at FAC.
I'll tell you that Ray Hayes was incredibly impressive. Very impressive. You know, and Austin Spangler's got nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, he rode out on his shield.
That's how this sport goes, man. You know, there's no timeouts. There's no second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. When it's over, it's over. And that does not show who Austin Spangler is. I promise you guys, he's a lot more of a fighter than that. But hey, that's how this game goes. Ryan Hayes capitalized. That's why we love this game so much. That's how it goes.
Very unforgiving, the sport of mixed martial arts.
Dude.
You know, sometimes you hope to be the hammer, but, you know, you are occasionally the nail.
It's going to happen. Your day will come, unless you're Khabib.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, this wraps up the amateur portion of the event. We are now switching over to Fight Pass, and we're going to see you guys on the other side.